I wanted to talk about everything that's going on in the world, but I just realized that there's some more things that's going on locally in Baltimore that I'd rather talk about. So this will actually, we're going to talk about MARILYN MOSBY. We're going to talk about what's going on in Baltimore City and around Baltimore City. Congratulations to our new mayor, or congratulations to our mayor for everything he's doing. Oh my God, the creativity that he's bringing to reform Baltimore. Murder cases have been going down. Criminal cases have been going down in Baltimore. I pray that the love spreads. I pray that through the congregating of our people that we grow to the next level. And I pray that he, continue through the fight. You know what I mean? I pray for his strength, and I pray that all is well. And I pray that MARILYN MOSBY in some way, I hope that Biden will pardon. There is a lot of appointed people over the case, or that was in the case, that were appointed by Biden. I don't know what to say about Biden. Biden seems to be doing the best that he can at this moment, but, sign a petition and see you in green belts. We're going to kick this thing off right. First thing I want to talk about, all right, cool. We're going to kick this thing off right. The first thing that I want to talk about is the MARILYN MOSBY case in Baltimore, Maryland. She is 2-term state's attorney for Maryland, and she is being prosecuted for 2 charges of perjury. Okay, she's being charged with 2 charges of perjury. Now, it took me some time to really make this video. I think it's important for the people of Baltimore to really think outside of the box about what's happening in our communities. Too late for justice. That's all I gotta say for that. Going on in their life. I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. Reading that MARILYN MOSBY article, and articles drained me just now, right? It was from the Baltimore Brew, and the way that they it's like, why y'all have they're not just reporting news at this point. They have an opinion on the news. They're inserting their self and their belief system on people to read. It's biased. I don't agree. And media is changing. I said this in my last video, that the blogs, the big CNN, I seen a comedian talk about this, but I said it weeks ago. CNN, Forbes, TMZ, and TMZ already has been a little messy, but ABC, NBC, CBS, all of them are now copying the styles that us black people created. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad that, the gossip is always been at the forefront, but I feel like we established, what is it? What does the story look like? There's a little bit bias in our stories. We favor who we favor, right? And that's it. People gonna like who they're gonna like, and that's what they're gonna do. But for the Baltimore Brew to even write an article that was so putting down, it's like, all right, what do y'all get out of reporting news like this? And that's the deeper question, right? The deeper question is, what does the Baltimore Brew get out of reporting news like this, right? Definitely to get clicks, right? Because there's money involved. Because they got to grow. It's not, I don't know how long the Baltimore Brew been around, because I'm from Baltimore and I just heard it for the first time during this case. So that's the power of, promoting your own narrative, right? And however, they're not just reporting the news, they're reporting it in such a way where it takes so much bias that someone is benefiting from this and someone is coming up on a loss. MARILYN MOSBY has been in the media going and doing her best to get her point across when she couldn't, and all the news like the Baltimore Sun, Baltimore Times, also this Baltimore Brew, they're making her to look like a thief. They're making her to look like a criminal. They're making her to look like her actions that she done in the city or none avoid. I don't know if there's even black people in the Baltimore Brew, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's a shame. It's a shame. I think it's a shame that news is being reported the way it's being reported. It's the Shade Room. They need to change. The Shade Room need to start coming at some of these people's head for real. But I think we need to put some respect on her name. MARILYN has done a lot of things. I have love for MARILYN. I've seen her grow throughout the years. When you're at the top, everybody got your back. But then when you fall, then everybody want to be against you. My request, and I know this only people, grandmas and stuff is on Facebook, but the older generation of Baltimore City need to wake up and account for their actions as well, and stop just pointing a finger when somebody in office does something that you don't agree with, and put them down, knowing that these same people are fighting for the benefits of your young children, of your grandchildren. I don't know what they missed Also, I don't care what your beliefs is about the crime, right? I just think that Marilyn she's going in for sentencing. They're going to sentence her to something, or they're going to, hopefully, what I'm hoping is just give her some community service or something like that. But if they don't, all the people that sign that petition, will we still back her after the matter? It makes me a little weak, but she does have children. We don't know all the news in life. And I think God allowed that for a reason. We don't know everything. Everybody got skeletons in their closet or something that they don't want people to know about, or everyone has something at some point. The evil comes to everyone, right? What is the day of evil? The day of evil is when all things that can go wrong goes wrong, and now you have to show who you are, right? And sometimes the person in the mirror you might not be happy of, and sometimes the person in the mirror you are happy of. But history has shown that every person goes through something, whether it's an accident, whether it's a family crisis, whether it's a criminal crisis, whether it's something. But in our own households, right, and in our own families, and in our own communities, if you don't have a family, right, there's people that you love that have done things wrong. Do you stop loving them when they do things wrong, right? At what point do you cut off the love for the people that has done things wrong, right? Because people get angry. It's an animal nature to get angry. People get envious. That's an animal nature. The thing at the end of the day is two parts. One, are you not supporting Marilyn Mosby because you personally don't like her? Are you not supporting Marilyn Mosby because you know all the facts and you agree with the facts? That's the type of stuff I be talking about. It's hard for me to just be like some person that's ready to hop on the bandwagon. I like to do my research. But the one thing I can see clearly is that the media had it out for Marilyn since Freddie Gray. And even if we say politically, okay, but at least since the Freddie Gray incident, since coming down on the knockers, right, or the people that are like undercover police in Baltimore. If you've never been to Baltimore, go to South Baltimore. Go look at that community. If you've never been to Baltimore, go to Southwest Baltimore. Look at that community. You've never been to Baltimore, go look at Park Heights. Look at that community. I remember when the mayor was in city council and I was on a Zoom call, and during that Zoom call, he was talking about restoring Park Heights through tiny homes and opening up different avenues so people of color and people that's coming out of jail could have a way to build the community back up of Park Heights. But the question is, how did we get there in the first place? Come on, like, how did we get there in the first place? And this is generations of people that look like me and you going through things. I be on the Baltimore history, like it's a blog page or something, I'm gonna find it. But they be posting like videos of how Douglas was, how Polly was, how this community was. And Baltimore was so rich in culture. And I live in New York right now, and there's so many things in New York and Brooklyn and Queens that resemble Baltimore, that's in Harlem, that resemble Baltimore and the values that we hold and had. And now, look where we at. And the hatred is crazy. So I hope that we learn something from Marilyn's case. I hope that we begin to think differently about what's going on around us in Baltimore and in Maryland. I hope that we can it's not all about party, right? It's not all about fun. It's not all about right and wrong, right? It's not all about who's the biggest and who's the lowest. It's not about who did the most good and who did the worst. It's not about that. What it's about is how can we advance culture in Baltimore? How can we advance family in Baltimore? How can we advance education in Baltimore? How can we advance policy and policing in Baltimore? And I really stand behind the mayor and what he's doing. I love it. I would love to sit down with him and just have a conversation. However, when it comes to this case with Marilyn Mosby, support her, sign the petition. So I would just say sign the petition. I don't care what your point of views are, but sign the petition. It's important, even for Marilyn, just to feel the support. I can't imagine what it's like for our family. I can't imagine what it's like for our children. I can't imagine what it's like for our community. And just want to say we love you, Marilyn Mosby. And tomorrow is in God's hands. He is the highest over the highest. And it is what it is. Marilyn, I love you personally. And I just want to say at this point, it is in God's hand. God is the highest over the highest.